And so we come to the plate final, the United States of America against France here in Clermont, the host nation taking on USA. Well, France played well against New Zealand in the Cup quarter-final, and if they can replicate that performance here, they might just have too much for the United States, who've struggled to hit form, or certainly the form that we know that they can bring. Just listen to the reception for the home team as France take to the pitch. Led out by the captain, Fanny Orta. United States, Gillian Potter leads them out, and we are almost set to go. An interesting one for a few different reasons, and Carlton Anna's beside me. Certainly the home crowd, they're right behind this French team. They'd love to give them something to celebrate, wouldn't they?
Oh, most definitely, and an opportunity to come away with some silverware here in ClermontFerrand for the home side for us, the plate final. Really looking forward to this one. I think the combination with Jade Lepesque and Fanny Orta, the captain, in the halves is going to be a huge influence on this game. Pretty surprised that Victoria Florian gets to start in front of Jessica Javelet, who was outstanding in USA's last game.
Yeah, they've tended to use her as that impact sub, but the pace that she brings, you just wonder why she doesn't start more games. But obviously, Richie Walker feels that her explosive pace is more of an asset off the bench than it is in the starting team. As Goulian rises high and that one goes back, and Jade Lepesque keeps ball alive for grassy nose, tackled by Olive Kelter.
High tackle.
Well, certainly didn't seem high from this angle. Well, the referee, and no doubt about it, Chloe Pell fires it out to Shannon Izar, carries it one-handed through the gap, and the tackle, Barry Valala missed out, which means that France have possession. Fanny Orta to Lepesque, who leaves this one off the ground for Grassino. Kelter in possession, trying to rip one off the deck there. Good work by Olive Kelter, and Johnston digs one off the back. Now chance for Victoria Falayan. Falayan backs their pace. Falayan skips through the tackle of Marjorie Mayan, and Victoria Falayan will score the opener in this plate final.
Well, that's why she's getting the start on the wing, Victoria Falayan, but it all came down to the great turnover from Layla Olive Kelter at the breakdown. France had it under control. It's pretty messy from them. And this girl, wow, the nice line she hit at speed, got it right through their hole.
So Barry Valala with the conversion attempt, right-footed, straight between the posts. 7 points to nil. The United States of America leading the host nation, France, and it's Victoria Falayan with the try.
You see there, she was out on the left-hand side, coming on the end, and this little swerve to beat a would-be defender. She's just too strong for an arm. And she claps on the pace.
Yeah, sorry.
So Kelter, as you say, huge work rate to influence that try. That one didn't go 10, so France will get possession. The whistle hadn't gone. And now Mayan decides to get on with it. Little show in the pass there. Orta to Shannon Izar. Crowd every time France get the ball into space or on their feet, and they're letting them know. Well, there's a groan of disappointment as Goulian dropped that pass. It went backwards though, and there's a little show in the pass on the outside. It's good. Chloe Pell tackle into touch. Was it high? It was high. And the second one as well by the United States. Izar, they're queuing up on the outside. Surely hands will do this now. Mayan, flat pass again on the outside. Grassino for the corner. Grassino for France. Grassino strikes back.
Well, this French team playing at speed, and that's what they need to do against this United States unit. They're a big side, so they're going from side to side to side, using the width, using their passing skills. They got back-to-back penalties on their far side of the field. The ill-discipline by the US really did cost them, but it needed to be finished, and this girl here left no doubt. Grassino.
Shannon Izar with the conversion attempt all the way in the corner. That one's going to go left and wide, so 7 points to 5. France still trailing by 2. All about the hands here. Flat passing, and Grassino with too much pace for Johnson on the outside. Beautiful high hanging restart. Look at the height on that ball again, and France get possession and the advantage as well. That is textbook restart. Chloe Pell Shannon Izar. Oh, the Pest couldn't hold it. It went backwards, says the referee, and Grassino is in again. The second try for Camille Grassino, and it's a thing of beauty.
Well, Marjorie Mayan is the one that got up and contested that ball, knocked it back and gave this girl a brace in as many minutes. Camille Grassino, a nice in and away as well. Very pretty to watch, very smooth across the ground, and what I like, as soon as she got the ball, she just went. Here it is here. There's a 2-on, none overlap. As soon as she picked this up, boom, she's gone the outside. No one can touch it.
Izar, not her best strike, which means 10 points to 7. France leading by 3. And the home crowd given plenty to cheer about. Here was the pass. We thought this might have gone forward. Referee says backwards, though. I think it was the right call. And Grassino steps off that right. And off she goes. Again, restart perfect. Mayan goes for it with Johnson, and then there was a collision in the air there.
You can't play from the ground, release the ball.
Marjorie Mayan is doing outstanding work from the kickoff, and
Doctor, please.
her competition with Catherine Johnson
Like it. Time back on.
really starting to influence this game. Johnson, though, she's tough as nails. She'll get up. Look at these two athletes go to work. Oh, she lands right on her back with Johnson, but she's up.
Yeah, she's okay to continue, which is the main thing. Quick tap from Kelly Griffin. Barry Villada looking to unleash the speedster outside. This is Durbin. Big hit goes in from Izar and from Grassino. I tell you, Grassino, number 8 in her back. She is phenomenal.
Watch her here. Just chest on chest. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mark, please.
Brilliant tackle.
Just showing that she can get it done on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Got to be able to defend in this game. No room for passengers when you don't have the ball.
Point. Set. Don't annoy it.
Jade Lepesque with the feed. Fanny Orta to Shannon Izar. Decides to switch tack and come back to the support of her teammates. Or does she even need the support? Does she even need her teammates? She's going to try and beat Kelter. Not too many can. And she didn't on that occasion. Inside a minute to go in the end of the first half here. Here's Chloe Pell. Here's Fanny Orta, the captain. And on the outside, Goulion tackled at the knees. And France keep it alive. Ball there again. That one went forward.
Ball lost
Oh, it's
forward.
unfortunate for France. They're definitely on a roll on. They're just playing at a level that the United States can't hang with at the moment. Just the speed is watch. They get to the breakdown, and right there, just unfortunately touch the leg. No!
Sorry? When the ball is out, yeah. Okay. Crouch. Point. Set.
Cara Villada trying to force her way through Jade Lepesque. There's no room though. Good tackle by the French number 5, and they get the penalty. Quick tap and go. Is there another score for France before the break? Mayan, dummy from her first time. Looping pass. Hat-trick for Grassino, is it? Yes, it is! Third try is a charm for Camille Grassino. It is the Grassino show, and France are in control.
Well, Goulion is the one that made the mistake with the knock-on, and she makes up for it with the turnover at the breakdown. Outstanding work by the number 10 from France. Gives them the last opportunity in this half, and they were able to execute to a T. Grassino is becoming a weapon on the outside. Look at there. They know where the threat is. They just got to give it to her with a bit of space, and she is a finisher.
Once, twice, 3 times a finisher, and that conversion drifts to the right and wide.
I couldn't hear the whole time.
There is the halftime whistle, but another example of how to take a try out wide on the wing. And Grassino, well, she's dragged France from being 7 points down to being 8 points in front. They lead this one. A cracker of a contest it is too. USA 7, France 15 at the break.
Bon, approchez-vous. C'est bon pour tout le monde, Shannon? Donc approchez-vous. Bon, pour que ce match nous appartienne définitivement, pour qu'il soit gagné brillamment, il faut, mettre des mains hautes, d'accord? Mettez vos mains hautes, raccourcissez un tout petit peu la première passe, mais mettez vos mains hautes. Ensuite, quand c'est fait, il faut envoyer les ballons. Faites-vous envoyer les ballons. Shannon, tu peux l'envoyer là-bas. Shannon, tu peux l'envoyer ici. Envoyez les ballons, parlez-vous et envoyez vite quand c'est fait, d'accord? Pensez bien au pivot 4. Juste une chose défensivement, et en particulier, si jamais on perd le ballon, interdit de s'éliminer au bord du ruck. Interdit de s'éliminer au bord du ruck. Et vous rappelez tout de l'extérieur, en question d'aller se serrer là-bas. D'accord? Allez, allez, allez!
French crowd in full voice here in Clermont. And why not? They've been gifted to quite a first half here in the plate final. And as things stand, France are looking pretty good. Lepesque restarts again, gives her team a chance to get up. Mayan leading the charge. It went backwards and a pick off the ground from Barry Valala. And then she knocks it on. So advantage again to the host nation. Shannon Izar looks for Grassino on the switch inside. This time there's enough cover in the form of Kelly Griffin to make the tackle, but there was an overlap out wide here. Fanny Orta, beautiful pass to Chloe Pell, and then Goulion, good cover to get across.
Outstanding cover from Kelter, I think. Is it on their far side of the field? Oh no.
Okay. France, you see?
It was desperation, but the French team are keeping their width at the moment. That's
I think it was Durban.
Yeah, Durban. Look at this. One-on-one outstanding there. Catherine Johnson, in fact.
Johnson. Well, ball off the top for the United States to use Kelly Griffin in the line out. That one, another knock on. It's all going from bad to worse for the USA now. Grassino's got nobody on the outside of her, so she's going to have to take it into contact. There is Kelter trying to rip it on the ground. She's got her hand on it.
Yep. Here's the rock. Don't put the hands in. Release it.
Quick tap and go! Jade Lepesque. Try is given.
She was playing that ball. You were still on your hands in.
USA not happy about it, but the try is going to stand, and it's Jade Lepesque.
They're just playing too fast at the moment, the French team.
I told you
Her
that.
first try this weekend, quite surprising because he's always been in and around the ball, but more of a facilitator. Jade Lepesque.
No problem either with the conversion. 22 points to 7. A French masterclass at the moment.
Just a quick reaction, wasn't it? They weren't ready. The USA, they've had to do a lot of tackling, a lot of tired legs. And there's the sight.
Yeah. Substitution time is off. Wait.
So Victoria Verleyen comes off, and Jessica Javelet into the fray.
Come back on.
Can she use her pace? You feel it's a mountain for the United States to climb with under 5 minutes left to go. A couple of tries that would put them within a point, so they need 3 scores. They need one quickly as well. Kelter does have Javelet outside her, slipped just before contact. Back on her feet though, and well wrestled to the ground by Fanny Orta. Javelet back to scrum half, only as far as Griffin. Barry Valala. Thomas trying to go through. Thomas, now we know she is very quick. Still got a lot of work to do though, and a lot of the pitch to go with his fresh legs. Oh, who is it? Who is it? Who else but Grassino to make the cover tackle? Thomas. Shannon Izar gets the pass away. Back to Thomas. And I can tell you that Thomas has hurt herself in the act of keeping that ball here. Chance for France, and Tremoulier, not the fastest on the pitch.
Yeah. Thank you.
She's
You
tackling the touch.
She probably should have pulled out here. Here's Thomas to making the break, and as you see, caught from behind from Grassino. You can see right at the last, she saw her out the side of her eye.
Here's the mark.
And the one-on-one, I think it was Barra Vailala.
Comes off.
Getting back for the US.
Yeah, I think Thomas has just hurt her ankle as she went to ground there. It doesn't look well. Bit of discomfort there more than anything else, but as you say, that's the textbook tackle. Into touch. Yeah.
We need a sitter.
Not sure if she's going to be able to continue. Kristen Thomas. Only just onto the pitch, of course, as well. That can happen at times, and the body's just warming up, and you take a tumble like that. You're not as loose as you might be. And the stretcher is on for her.
Yeah, unfortunately for the US, because she made a nice break up the middle of the park. Good Kristen Thomas needed to score off that, but just the will to get back. Grassy now there in the middle of the screen. Gee, she's been a terrier, this one.
Well, just making sure that there's no more damage done, and first thing to do is to get that boot off and free up the tension. This is how she did it. The tackle from Grassino, you can see there her right ankle, she just went over on it as the tackle went in.
This isn't good, Hugh. This
just
is
there.
not good.
Oh, that is nasty.
Yeah, that's enough viewing of that. We can see what's happened. So we're just making sure she's
We need to
okay.
wait.
She's a tough
Is
kid,
that immobilised?
Kristen Thomas. So we should make sure it's secure and get her off.
Yeah.
But the US, for mine, Hugh, just need to get their hands on the ball. They've had no possession whatsoever to play with. France is just dominating, especially at kickoff. I think that's the identification. They need to get in their pods and try and lift and get clean ball.
We've got 3.5 minutes to rescue this game. Home fans obviously want things to keep going the way they have been, which is some brilliant tries from Grassino and from Jade Lepesque. Shannon Izar on the attack. Can't get past Kelter. Look at that. Presence of mind, though, to recycle possession.
What Izar did when she went across the field like that, she opened up the right-hand side where the French team actually dropped back and created numbers.
Get your thoughts ahead of the final then. I mean, you've got Australia series champions against Canada. Canada have been playing well, but Australia, I'm sure, will want to finish with a bang. How do you think that one's going to go?
Yeah, that's the thing. They've got the series intact. That's off their mind, so now they can enjoy it. And that's the first aim when you come here. You want to win the actual tournament you're playing in. And, well, it's been a good one here in Clermont-Ferrand, no doubt about that. So they won't want to go all the way and get beaten, I'm sure, this Australian team. But as you said, the Canadians, they've been so good. They've been able to stick around. So it won't be easy for the Aussies.
Yeah, so difficult to beat. They have set the standard, really, haven't they, this season? And for good reason, as we watch Grassino score tries for fun here.
They've been so good, this French team. They've been able to give Grassino opportunities in space. He's been able to use their individual brilliance. You see here, this is the main example of it. She picks the ball up. There's a player going in. She changes pace and uses her swerve. She doesn't even get touched. That is a great winger's try. Anyone will be happy with that.
Leaves them for dead. Camille Grassino.
The good thing for me, Hugh, is that when you've got a player such as Grassino, who's not the biggest player on the park, but she can still cause damage like that, whether she's got ball in hand or not. You don't have to be a big lady or a big player to be effective in this game of sevens.
Absolutely not. Well, you can see the strapping going on to Kristen Thomas, and you know, you just fear for her now. I mean, if that injury is as bad as it looked, with the Olympic Games coming up, of course, USA have qualified for Rio, and it would be a devastating blow to the squad and for her personally to miss out on the Olympics. We'll have to wait, obviously, until the extent of the injury is confirmed, but it just doesn't look good, and our sympathies and our thoughts are with Kristen Thomas at the moment.
Well, she's in some great care. That's the main thing we can give to her. And well, just these girls on screen out playing in front of us, they're going to be Olympians pretty soon. That's going to be exciting time, isn't it?
Exciting time for the game as well, and a chance to showcase to the world the skill levels that we have been seeing over not just this season, the past few seasons, and the dedication, the fitness levels, the strength, the speed, the agility, everything that goes with playing the women's sevens at this standard. And for anyone that hasn't seen it, I'm telling you, their eyes are going to be open to a brilliant game, a brilliant standard of sport. Vic Folayan there.
Yeah, and brilliant players like Folayan really are going to become superstars on the world stage. But very impressed with the tournament over the weekend. What about you, Hugh? I think Clermont has put on an outstanding.
You know what? It's the crowd buying into it as well. It's so important. The reception that they're giving Kristen Thomas here, the atmosphere that they provide. The players deserve nothing less. They put all the work in, Carl, and, you know, to have empty stadium wouldn't do them any justice whatsoever.
100%.
And it's great to see so many young, perhaps future internationals here as well. They might be inspired by what they've seen this weekend. That's what it's all about. And our thoughts and sympathies, as I said, for Kristen Thomas. Hopefully it's not as serious as it looks.
Point, set.
And play continues. Kelter. Out to Javelin. Now a chance maybe to see this gas firsthand. She's run all the way across the pitch. And Lena Garant will match her, I can tell you. She is extremely quick, the French number 12. And look at that for turnover ball. She's only just on the pitch. Lena Garant, take a bow.
Let us scrum. Yep, here.
There she is there, Moran in jersey number 12 on the wing. Great defence, and they're just flying up at the moment, aren't they? The French, they can smell blood in the water. No doubt about that. They are not
French.
giving the United States an inch.
Point, set.
Baravalala. Javelin. Chip and chase from Javelin. Now we're going to see exactly who's the quickest here, because Giran is after it, and so is Grassley. No! The bounce of the rugby ball denies Jessica Javelin.
Go away. Stay.
Just when you want it to do something, it does something completely different. And that's the game. Bizarre. 11 on 11. Picked off the ground there for the United States by Carlisle and into touch.
Well, that's when you know it just isn't going to be your day.
Okay.
Javelin
Please here.
comes onto the field and makes an immediate impact. She does it on defence on this occasion, but going forward, she used the chip. It was the right option too, but it just bounced a little bit too much as soon as she started to get into her stride.
Christella Duff to throw. Up to the front, Thomas takes it. Just dropped into contact, but it's a line out to the USA. They waste no time. Baravalala getting on with it here. Javelin again. Javelin against Giran, and was there obstruction from Shannon Izar? Back goes Giran, but she's been caught asleep.
No.
And the foot skills from both. Bit messy, and USA get the scrum, just over a minute to play.
Well, Javelin, you've got to keep going for the ball. Don't worry about the refs doing.
There's Mark.
She should have an opportunity to kick that again.
Yeah, play to the whistle, isn't that what they say?
Most definitely. She's looking for
Point.
obstruction right there, taking her out, but she keeps going.
Point.
You can see the ball just goes to the right. It could have gone back to her.
Yeah. There's a mistake there, you have to say. Baravalala trying to shake off the tackle. She does shake off the tackle, and Baravalala is going to sprint underneath the post. A bit of a dive as well, just for good measure. Inside the last minute, it's probably too little too late.
Well, they've got to go again, Baravalala. Kick it over and restart. She just realised the importance of it. There's still time in this one.
14-22, they need 2 scores, and they've only got 30 seconds. They need possession now. And even at that, it might not be enough.
They're kicking into the wind, so it's going to hang up. But look at Baravalala just using her strength to get through the tackle.
Got a cracker coming up after this one. New Zealand against England should be a fascinating matchup.
Rock!
Lena Garant takes it. It went forward.
Knock on by blue.
Well, there's the hooter. Do we have time for one last play?
Scrum was before.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, scrum.
That's French ball, the Hughes, so I'm sure they'll just keep it steady and kick this ball out. Look at this turnover, just a knock on there as they come in to clean that out, unfortunately for the US.
Crouch. Point. Set.
Awkward one at the back to deal with, and Kelter with the pressure there.
Rock!
Well,
Advantage offside.
I have advantage as well for the penalty USA because France were offside. Here's Baravalala,
Advantage over.
Carlisle. Drifting across the pitch, Javelin one-on-one with Guerin. Little step back inside, and Javelin, off she goes! Javelin sprints the legs for the corner. Jessica Javelin scores. That will be the last action, and the USA, they left their performance too late. Jessica Javelin in the corner, but France are going to win the plate.
Jessica Javelin, I'm glad she got the last score and the last say in this game, because as soon as she's come on, it's changed the dynamic of this USA outfit. They know they got the extreme pace on the outside, so they're stretching the defence. They know the threat that she poses, and she has been a menace with her chip and chase.
So conversion to come, but it's immaterial because the gap is 3, and this one is only worth 2 points. Baravalala into the wind. This would be a monster if she was to get it. Not a bad effort, I tell you. That wind is going to suck all the life out of it. Otherwise, it was good. And a smile from her. France are your plate champions in Clermont-Ferrand.
Thank you.
3 points the gap. And despite that late comeback by the United States, what about that player, though? Camille Grassino. Incredible performance by the little French terrier. She's been brilliant over the last 2 days and turned on the style here when she was needed.
Oh, she was definitely the difference maker in this plate final, no doubt about that. The treble, and any time you get a treble in the final, you know you've gone pretty well. But she got some great service from her forwards up front. Palmayan and Guillaume, brilliant. Snaffling the ball, and Horta in combination with Lopez were good too.
C'est demain, et on n'a plus de tournoi pour préparer ça. Alors on va peut-être s'appuyer cette victoire. Pendant la semaine, on va y réfléchir parce qu'à 17, ça va pas se passer comme ça. On se le disait, on a du boulot et on a du racine. Et quoi?
Well, Fanny Horta, the captain there, maybe that was just a bit of a rallying cry, because this is the last tournament before the Olympic Games, and France has the players and the ability to have a say in that medal table.
Oh, most definitely here. I think the thing for them now is to be able to get that consistency for 40 minutes over 2 days. That'll be the big work on for them, because as you said, when they do get it right, they can put a performance like this together and they can challenge anyone in the world.
Well, for the home fans that have stayed on, and there's plenty of them, they get to celebrate some silverware here in Clermont. As Fanny Horta leads her team up to collecting. Christella Duffel, what about her as well? The oldest player in the squad, and she was brilliant at times today as well, particularly in that quarter-final against New Zealand. When France needed leaders, she stood up and was counted. So France getting ready to accept the plate. Caroline Ladagnou had a fantastic tournament as well, worth the mention. But here we go, presentation time in front of the homestand. Fanny Horta, the captain, and France are your plate champions for 2016 here in Clermont. Well deserved. And the celebrations will continue. We've plenty more rugby to come, including that cracker, as I mentioned, New Zealand against England in a few minutes' time. And don't forget the cup final to come, Australia and Canada.